Good evening, everybody. This will be episode 6 of the survival series. So, to kind of recap some things, you might notice there's a few differences. So, one, we have this here for building small grid craft. You can see I've had to make some upgrades to the base. I didn't do too much just yet. We have our miner over here. I will go over that in a minute because I had to make some changes to it at the end of the last episode. It wasn't able to get out of the pit of death right there on its own. So I moved these over here because I knew I was going to crash into them, and whenever you just have frames, they're very, very easy to break. So I made these little towers. Are they efficient? Probably no, because you can put, you can take your wind turbines and put them on the side like that. I really don't like doing that too much when I make builds, so I got 2 of them here on these little towers. Normally I'd like to try to just build it flat with that part, but since we're kind of on some uneven terrain around here, and man, am I bouncing my mouse around today, it seemed a little bit better to do these little pods kind of like this on these little bitty, just this framework right here to kind of hold it up. I like using the neon tubes. If you color them black, it looks kind of like electrical cable running through. So I have that going here all the way to the base. I did have to add a hydrogen engine to the base because with everything I have going on right now, it's starting to really use some power. So I went ahead and tried to make it decent looking right here where it's at. We got us a nice little window. So when you go to the top of the refinery, you can look out, see our lovely little lake, see the base over there that I need to go agitate at some point in time. Go up here, fall off to your death right there because I haven't had a chance to really kind of seal this up. We've got our little assembler over here. As you can tell, I did some mining off camera to get some materials for things. So we got this nice little area. Another thing I did is put an O2 generator, which I think I did that before. We've got a cargo container here. Underneath, whoops, I'm on the wrong screen. Underneath the cargo container, if you look, there is a small hydrogen tank down there. So I put it there. It's kind of out of the way. If a drone gets too close, it doesn't go boom and blow up half my stuff. I threw this little panel here so I can activate the engine. There we go. Hear that baby rumble over here. So I can turn this bad boy on whenever I need to add a little extra power boost. I believe there's also, let me see here, because I do not remember if I added a second battery or not. So no, there's still just the one battery. It stays pretty charged. We got our miner has 2 batteries on it. So this has its 2 batteries on recharge as well. So to the miner. This is the big deal. So we had to make some changes, obviously. It couldn't get out of the pit of doom the other day. The last time we did our episode, it couldn't fly out of here on its own. I had to empty some stuff out. So some minor changes were done. I thought I had recorded that, but then I looked and realized I had not. So we now have 2 large atmospheric thrusters. We have a backup camera. We have I went ahead and added a 3rd drill to the front. I moved some of the atmospheric thrusters around. We still have our ejectors there. I had to add in a couple of smaller batteries because the 2 large batteries just, whenever I'd go to take off and move around, there were times where it was really, really maxing out on power. So I threw on, I think 6. So there's 3 here, 3 here, to kind of balance that. But I've kind of added in more thrusters. We have some lights all the way around, so it's easier to see whenever it's dark. We have more drills, and this thing actually does handle pretty well. It actually does pretty well too. I think it holds about 85,000 kilograms. You know what? Let's take it for a little spin. So we can always use more iron. So I got to remember to take it off recharge. Don't want to fall off like I did the last time. So unlock. Go over here. Things be smoking. That kind of worrisome, but turn on the lights so you can kind of have an idea of. Got the lights all the way around, so We got the one on the front, the ones all the way around, so you can kind of have some situational lights. So let's go down here. Nope. And I would do that. Well, alright, I'm gonna have to fix that now. Oh man, oh man. If it's not one thing, it's another that I do. Good grief. Anything else I need to recover? Alright, well, that's not too bad. That kind of sucks, but alright. Let's go down into our doom hole. Man, I cannot fly today. What is my deal? I lost some lights. Well, that's just lovely. I don't think I printed this, so... Let's see. Going to be able to get out of there without another battery. That's what I get for trying to go too fast, I guess. There we go. Doesn't have much of a charge, but it's better than nothing. And it's still got some ice in it too, so okay. Got a lot of ice in it still from where I was mining earlier. Alright, so roughly 83, did I bump into something else? I did. Roughly 83, 84,000. It kind of depends on how full it is. Like I said, it's still got some ice in it from where I was mining the last time. But as you can tell, it lifts out just fine. It is a little sluggish when it's full. Most miners are. At least most of the miners I make are. Let's go ahead and get this thing pulled up and plugged in so I can recharge the battery I destroyed. Turn on the backup camera so I can see what I'm doing. So that's going to be running now. Let's see, I got a bunch of... What's that? Ow. I'm not sure why my screen just shook like that. That was kind of odd. Maybe I just was balanced wrong on the ground or something. That in there. As you can tell, I got quite a bit of iron. So, okay. Let's see what to do for today. We've got our iron. We've got this being charged up because I'm an idiot and crashed it. I think I may go mess with the research base again. Or you know what? Kind of could work on getting this base a little bit better looking. I've kind of started enclosing in this back area. I haven't really decided too much on what I want to do with it. this up. Something I did do that I don't think I mentioned is I traded out the power for the yield. So we get a little bit more each time. I will probably throw some speed modules on the assembler just to get stuff a little bit quicker. I don't plan on making this base too big. It's just going to kind of be a comfy home to come back to whenever we're here, because I really don't intend to come back much once we leave from here. I basically intend to go to space, go to the moon, from there go to one of the other planets, go to its moon, and just keep doing that until we've visited every planet and moon in the solar system. So we've got that all nice and set up. Mostly, let's see. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. That all nice, but I forgot about these. First off, let's go ahead and add those speed modules to our assembler. So that way I can get that taken care of. What to do in that little area too. There we go, and get that one going. Almost 4. We're out of steel plates. There we go. And 4. And it's just a rolling through that. Not too sure what to put here in this space. Might just leave it blank. Might throw some batteries in. I think for here though, I'll throw in some more cargo. Never go wrong with a little more cargo, and this space is going to kind of be I feel like it's kind of going to be a little wasted if I'm not careful. And it's out of the way. If I should add another tower to. Got the hydrogen engine, and that tank stays pretty full. Exactly what to put over here. It's something that I don't have to mess with too often. Alright, so I guess this is a good time to cover scripts in the game. So one of the scripts I like to use is Izzy's Inventory Manager. I really like this. So essentially you load this script in and you just need to make sure that your cargo containers have the keyword ores, ingots, however you pronounce it, components, tools, ammo, and bottles. As long as it has one of those keywords in the name, it'll put that in there. So what I usually do is I'll have a container for ores, I'll have one for my ores and ingots I kind of put together, I'll have one for my components, and then tools, ammo, and bottles I'll have another, so essentially 3. I'll have one for the ores and ingots, then components by itself, and then tools, ammos, and bottles. The nice thing is it automatically sorts everything. You don't have to worry about it. Another good function I like is you can kind of go in and change some of this stuff. It does do auto crafting, so you can set it to do the auto crafting and auto disassemble. So if you set it to have 1,500 steel plates and you have 1,600, it'll get rid of that extra 100. You just have to make sure you do an LCD with that on there. I hit the wrong button. So it's compiling over here. So usually whenever you do this, you would go to Edit, select your script, check code, make sure it's good, hit OK, and then it'll start running. And if you ever have to make changes or something, you can hit recompile, and it'll restart. And so there it goes. So one of the things it hints here, build a LCD and add the main LCD keyword IIM-main to use this name to get more information, and we'll go over what that's going to look like here in a second. Let's see here. It'll probably end up being, so let's see, what has it done so far? So this one says tools, ammos, and bottles, components, ores, and ingots. So it automatically will do that on its own. I usually like going in here and taking out the cargo container numbers. So like this one, it'll tell you it's 82%, this one's 20% full, and this one's 12% full. I don't know how often that updates. I don't usually go by that. I just kind of make sure to keep an eye on it. I usually have the large cargo containers, though. I don't like using small, but right now this will work perfectly because it's a nice small little area, and they fit perfectly in there. It's a perfect space filler. I would love to use them over here, but I don't have a connection, and it's too much work to try to pipe a connection over. Plus, I can throw another programmable block, if I can talk today too. I can throw another programmable block in there, and we can go from there. So, what was I going to show you? Oh yeah, the LCDs. Text. It goes by text panel. It has some larger LCDs, so I will just throw that. Oh, I switched over to, so you have your text panel, you have a transparent, you have the LCD, so you have the wide, but we don't need all that, we just need the LCD panel. There we go. So now if I right click on this and just put IIGM dash, I think it's lowercase. There we go. It will kind of tell you what else is going on. So it can tell you right here. Yeah, so I've got two full containers, the ores and the ingots, that's almost full. Components is at 20, so this is kind of a nice little update. It tells you what the last action was. If there's any errors, it'll give you some. It's just really nice information. I usually have it on a larger one, but for what we're doing here, that'll be perfectly fine. And so then, so that'll be fine. I was thinking about doing the auto craft, but I'm not sure I want to do auto crafting on this base. Let's fuel up. I'm actually thinking this will probably be a shorter video this time. I've been doing, I've been working late here lately, so there's that. Two, I just put out the episode 5. I also have a Lost Colony series going too. The first episode's out. Episode 2 will be coming out this Saturday, and so I'll make sure to link that playlist to this if y'all want to watch it. Those videos do run about an hour. I can't shorten them. I don't really shorten those too much like I do the videos I do here, just because I feel like you lose some of the playthrough on that. All right, so like I said, it's going to be a short video today. But we got a few things done. We got an inventory manager going. We got some extra cargo. Got our assembler running a little bit quicker, and we blew up half the miner, or battery on the miner. So I'll let that be charging, and y'all have a very good one.